The World Ocean Summit is underway right here in Singapore, and over the next few days, more than 200 global leaders from government and business to international organizations and NGOs will be debating how to use the ocean's riches in a more sustainable manner. For more on this issue, we're joined in our studios in Singapore by Andy Sharpless. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Oceana, the world's largest international organization dedicated solely to protecting the world's oceans. Mr. Sharpless, thank you so much for joining us. First up, please tell us, how serious is this problem of overfishing?
It's serious. We have seen in the world a decline in the catch. If you add up the weight of all the fish caught by all the fleets in the world, it grew year over year up until the late 1980s, and then it began to decline, and we're on that downward path very sadly right now.
And what has caused this decline?
Well, overfishing is a good summary word. Taking too many fish out of the ocean, too fast, doing it in a way that's destructive of nursery areas, having high levels of bycatch. You can think of the ocean as a bank account, and you're either living off your interest.
Withdrawing too much.
Yeah, withdrawing. You're either living off your interest or you're actually burning down your capital.
Living beyond your means.
That's right, living beyond your means.
So, Mr. Sharpless, is there a way of eating wild seafood sustainably?
Indeed, we believe that this is something we can turn around, and that by rebuilding the capital in the oceans, getting more fish into the oceans, we could actually be eating sustainably at current levels and even at higher levels than we're seeing right now. So we can take some steps to do that. We need to have scientific quotas. We need to protect nursery habitat. We need to reduce bycatch.
What about the average consumer, like you and me? What can we do as individuals to personally contribute to the sustainability of the wildlife seafood?
Two things. You should learn about which fish are abundant and which ones are depleted. So when you're ordering your delicious fish seafood dinner with the Chardonnay and everything on the side, that you're eating a fish that's in abundance. And you can get that information online from a number of sources. And it's good for people to do that. But also you should let your policymakers know, the people who set the quotas, the people who protect the nursery habitat, the people who manage bycatch, that they need to do a better job.
And indeed, you are in Singapore talking to business leaders, NGOs, basically policymakers. What will you be telling them tomorrow during your talk, and how we should deal with this problem?
Well, I'm bringing a message that's half part negative and half part positive. I am saying we're headed toward a planet with 9 billion people by the middle of the century. We got to feed all those people. Ocean wild fish need to be a big part of how we feed people in the middle of the century. And we need to turn around this collapse, and we need to rebuild our ocean stocks and make sure that there's food for billions of people that's healthy and abundant from the oceans. We can do that. We got to get our policymakers to set and enforce scientific quotas. We got to protect nursery habitat. We got to reduce bycatch. We got to stop overfishing.
Has to start now. It should have even maybe started yesterday. Andy Sharpless, the CEO of Oceana, thank you so much for joining us.